Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fluent Start English. Today's episode 5. In this podcast, we are going to talk about how to learn English faster with simple habits. Many learners think English is difficult, but if you use the right habits every day, your progress will be much faster and easier. Let's look at 5 powerful tips you can start today. Tip 1. Practice a little every day. When it comes to learning English, many people think they need to study for hours to make progress. But in reality, it's not about how long you study. It's about how often you study. Imagine you want to get strong muscles. If you go to the gym only once a week for 5 hours, you will feel tired, and your body will not change much. But if you go to the gym every day for 20 or 30 minutes, your body will become stronger step by step. Language learning works in the same way. Practicing English every day, even for a short time, helps your brain remember better. This is called spaced repetition. Our brains forget things quickly if we only see them once. But if we see or hear the same word again and again in small daily sessions, it becomes part of our long-term memory. For example, let's say you learn the word opportunity today. If you practice it again tomorrow and then again next week, soon you will remember it without effort. You don't need to study with big textbooks every day. Instead, make learning a natural part of your daily life. In the morning, when you wake up, you can read one short article in English. While eating breakfast, you can listen to a podcast. During your commute, you can repeat words or sentences quietly to yourself. In the evening, you can write a few sentences in a notebook about your day. These small actions may feel simple, but if you add them together, they become very powerful. Another great way to practice daily is to use the micro-learning technique. Micro-learning means learning in very small pieces, like 5 minutes or 10 minutes at a time. For example, instead of scrolling social media for 10 minutes, you could learn 3 new English words and make a sentence with each. Or you could listen to one short English video and try to repeat what the speaker says. The key is not to spend hours, but to create a daily habit. Also, consistency is more important than motivation. Some days you will feel excited to learn, and other days you will feel tired. But if you create a habit, like brushing your teeth, you will practice even on the days you don't feel motivated. For example, you can decide, every night before I go to bed, I will study English for 15 minutes. After a few weeks, your brain will expect it, and it will become automatic. So remember, daily practice doesn't mean long hours. It means short, regular, and enjoyable moments with English. Like drops of water filling a glass, little by little, your English will grow stronger every day. Tip 2. Think in English. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful habits, thinking in English. Many learners spend years studying, but when they try to speak, they get stuck. Why? Because they are translating from their native language to English in their heads. This translation makes speaking slow and difficult. To solve this problem, you need to train your brain to think directly in English. At first, it feels strange, but with practice, it becomes natural. The good news is you don't need to speak perfect English in your head. You can start with very simple sentences. For example, if you see the sun in the morning, you can think, the sun is bright. If you are hungry, just think, I am hungry. If you are walking, say to yourself, I am walking. These small, simple sentences will slowly create an English mindset. Another method is to describe your day in English inside your head. For example, while you are cooking, you can think, I am cutting vegetables. Now I am boiling water. I need some salt. If you are traveling, you can say, I am sitting on the bus. There are many people. The road is busy. This way, you are training your brain to connect real life with English words. At first, you may feel slow, and sometimes you may not know the right word. That's okay. If you don't know a word, use a simple one or describe it. For example, if you forget the word umbrella, you can think, I need the thing for rain. This is good practice because in real conversations, you can't stop and check the dictionary every time. Learning to explain with simple English is a great skill. Another powerful technique is to ask yourself questions in English. For example, what am I going to do today? Or what did I eat for lunch? Or, what do I want to buy? Answer the question in English, even if it is very short. This creates a natural conversation in your mind. Over time, you will start to think automatically in English without effort. To make thinking in English easier, surround yourself with English. Read English books, watch English movies, and listen to English music. The more you hear and see English, the more your brain will get used to it. Also, try shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a speaker and repeating at the same time. For example, listen to a podcast and copy the speaker's voice, tone, and rhythm. This trains your mouth and brain together. The key is to stop depending on your native language and start trusting English. At first, it will feel uncomfortable, but soon your brain will switch naturally. Just like learning to ride a bicycle, at the beginning you may fall, but with practice, you will move smoothly. So remember, to think in English, start small, describe your daily life, ask yourself questions, use shadowing, and surround yourself with English. Little by little, your brain will stop translating, and you will start speaking more quickly and naturally. Tip 3. Speak without fear. One of the biggest problems English learners face is fear. Fear of making mistakes, fear of people laughing, fear of not being understood, and this fear becomes a wall that stops progress. The truth is, everyone makes mistakes when learning a language. Even native speakers make mistakes in grammar or pronunciation sometimes. So why should you be afraid? Let's imagine a child who is learning to walk. The child does not say, "Oh no, I might fall, so I will not try." No, the child takes a step, falls down, and tries again. After many falls, the child finally walks confidently. Learning English is the same. If you are afraid of making mistakes, you will never take the first step. But if you accept mistakes as a part of learning, you will improve much faster. So, how can you reduce fear and speak more confidently? The first step is to change your mindset. Instead of thinking, "What if I say something wrong?" Tell yourself, "It's okay if I say something wrong. I am learning. Each mistake is not a failure. It is a lesson." For example, if you say, "He go to school yesterday," and your teacher corrects you, "He went to school yesterday," you will remember it better next time. That mistake becomes part of your learning journey. The second step is to start small. You don't need to give a long speech in English on your first try. Begin with short conversations. For example, greet someone by saying, "Hello, how are you?" Or ask a simple question like, "Where is the bus stop?" Every small conversation builds your confidence. Later, you can try longer conversations. Another way to build confidence is to practice with yourself first. You can stand in front of a mirror and talk about your day. Say things like, "Today I went to the shop. I bought some fruit. I was happy because the weather was nice." This way, you get used to hearing your own voice in English, and it feels less scary when you talk to others. Also, remember that most people are not judging you. If you speak with someone in English, they are usually happy that you are trying. Imagine if someone spoke to you in your native language, even with mistakes. You would not laugh at them, you would probably appreciate their effort. The same is true with English. Finally, don't wait until you are perfect to start speaking. If you wait for perfect grammar and vocabulary, you will never start. Instead, use the words you know and speak as much as possible. Communication is more important than perfection. For example, if you want to say, "Yesterday I went to the supermarket to buy vegetables," but you don't know the word supermarket, you can just say, "Yesterday I went to the shop to buy vegetables." People will still understand you. So, the secret is simple. Speak without fear. Mistakes are part of the journey. Speak a little every day, start small, practice with yourself, and remember, confidence comes from action, not from waiting. Tip 4. Use English in your daily life. The next important habit is to surround yourself with English every day. Think of it like living in an English environment, even if you are in your own country. If you only use English in the classroom, progress will be very slow. But if you bring English into your daily life, your brain will get constant practice, and you will learn much faster. So how can you do this? One simple way is to change the language on your devices. Switch your phone, computer, or social media accounts to English. At first, it may feel confusing, but soon you will get used to words like settings, download, or update. This is a natural way to learn useful vocabulary. Another great habit is to watch English movies and TV shows. Start with subtitles in English. Listen carefully and read at the same time. This will help you connect the sounds with the words. Later, try watching without subtitles to test your listening skills. Choose content that you enjoy, because enjoyment makes learning easier. For example, if you like cooking, watch English cooking shows. If you like travel, watch travel vlogs in English. Music is another powerful tool. Listen to English songs and try to understand the lyrics. You don't need to understand everything, just focus on key words. Later, you can check the lyrics online and sing along. This helps with pronunciation and rhythm. You can also bring English into your environment by labeling objects in your house. For example, put a note on your fridge that says fridge, on your mirror that says mirror, or on your door that says door. Every time you see the object, you repeat the English word in your head. This is a very effective way to connect vocabulary with real life. Another daily habit is to use English on social media. Follow English pages, join English groups, or read comments in English. You can even write short comments in English yourself. For example, if you see a photo of food, you can comment, "Looks delicious." This is simple practice, but it helps you use English naturally. If possible, find opportunities to speak with real people in English. This could be friends, classmates, online language partners, or even tourists in your city. Real conversations are the best practice because they prepare you for real-life situations. Finally, try to think of your hobbies in English. If you like cooking, read recipes in English. If you like sports, read sports news in English. If you like technology, watch English videos about it. When you connect English with your interests, learning feels enjoyable, not like hard work. The goal is to make English a natural part of your daily routine. Just like brushing your teeth or drinking water, English becomes something you do without thinking too much. The more you surround yourself with English, the faster your brain will adapt. So, remember, don't keep English only in the classroom. Bring it into your phone, your music, your movies, your hobbies, and your daily environment. Surround yourself with English, and soon English will surround you. Tip 5. Be consistent and patient. Now, let's talk about one of the most important habits for learning English: consistency and patience. Many learners start with a lot of energy. They study for hours in one day, buy books, download apps, and make big plans. But after a few weeks, they stop. Why? Because they expect results too quickly. Learning a language is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Imagine planting a tree. If you put a seed in the ground today, you cannot expect a big tree tomorrow. You need to water it every day, give it sunlight, and wait. Slowly, the seed grows into a plant and then into a strong tree. Learning English is the same. Every time you practice, you are watering your tree. You may not see the results immediately, but with time, you will see big progress. Consistency means practicing regularly, even when you don't feel like it. Some days you will feel excited to study, but other days you might feel tired or busy. The secret is to continue, even with small steps. For example, if you don't have 1 hour to study, just do 10 minutes. Read a short article, listen to one song, or write 3 sentences. Small steps are better than no steps. Patience is also very important. Sometimes, learners compare themselves with others and feel discouraged. Maybe your friend speaks English better, or someone else learns faster. But remember, everyone has a different journey. Your progress may be slower, but that does not mean you are not improving. The only person you should compare with is yourself. Ask, am I better today than I was yesterday? If the answer is yes, you are moving forward. Another way to stay consistent is to set small goals. For example, learn 5 new words every day, or listen to 1 podcast episode every evening. Small goals are easier to reach and give you a feeling of success. After 1 month, you will be surprised at how much you have learned. Also, Celebrate your progress. If you can have a short conversation in English today, that is a success. If you understood a song lyric, that is a success. If you wrote a paragraph without help, that is a success. These small victories will keep you motivated and patient. So remember, consistency builds habits, and patience brings results. Even if you practice a little every day, never stop. With time, those small steps will create big changes in your English. If you follow these 5 habits, you will see real progress in your English. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about practicing, improving, and enjoying the journey step by step. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you found this podcast helpful, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. Please like this episode, leave a comment to share your thoughts, and share it with your friends who are also learning English. Also, check out the other episodes in this playlist, where we talk about topics like how to speak English with confidence, how to think in English and train your brain, and how to improve your English listening skills. Each episode is full of tips that will help you become a better English speaker. This is the end of today's podcast. Keep practicing, stay confident, and remember your English will grow every day if you build these simple habits. See you in the next episode.